The world needs B2K.
B2K's breakup was a huge shock to their fans.
Boys for Life Tour.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from Midtown Manhattan, New York City. Bennett Doyle back in Memphis, producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for the Grizzlies to try to start another winning streak, because that's what they're doing tonight. They're in New Orleans, and man, best I can tell, that's a pretty good place to try to start a winning streak. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. The next segment, about 20 minutes, Chris Vernon is going to join me. He, of course, is the host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays noon, Grind City Media. He'll pop in studio. I'll chop it up with him. We'll talk all things Grizzlies. Chris Vernon be here next segment. Finish talking to him, take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know. At which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories, among them Penny, Hardaway's, Tigers. We'll try to snap their 4-game losing streak tonight when they host Southern Illinois, 7 o'clock inside FedEx Forum. We'll spend a few minutes on that. We'll do it in the third segment. The championship game of the Players Era Festival is set. We took a stupid path to get here. Regardless, it is a fun matchup. I'll get you ready for that. We'll do it in just a bit. The official college football playoff rankings did update last night. Ole Miss dropped to number 7, which means current projections have the Rebels hosting Alabama in a first-round game of the college football playoff down in Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. We still wait to find out whether Lane Kiffin will or will not be involved in such a game. Update you on that situation. We'll do that a little later on in the show. According to Variety, they are now planning to make more Wicked sequels after the latest film's record-breaking opening. I'll tell you what we know about that. We'll do that in just a bit. And a high school football coach in Virginia who went missing right before a playoff game, we now know was reportedly wanted for trying to solicit a minor. Can't do that. Can't do that. Though he's been missing since last Thursday. There's some concern that he might have taken his own life. I'll tell you more about that fun story I don't even know why I put this in here. During a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know.
The hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. Sometimes I play it late at night, and sometimes things that interest me late at night don't have much interest early the next day.
Thanksgiving week, man.
I know. This is the problem with planning late at night is sometimes you wake up the next day and the things that were interesting to you late at night, they're not that interesting in the morning. And you can apply that. If you want to get deep, you can apply that to every aspect of your life.
That's right, GP.
There are so many things that seem interesting at nighttime, but, buddy, when you wake up the next day, not that interesting anymore. Oh, man. Anyway.
I can't. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
That's the rundown.
Yeah.
We got a lot to get to.
Good.
But I want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies. If only because nobody's missing. I mean, there's a lot of people hurt, but everybody's accounted for. And that by definition makes everybody's accounted for, and that by definition makes it a more pleasant story than that story originating in Virginia about the high school football coach. Game 19 of a scheduled 82. It's going to be played tonight down in New Orleans. Grizzlies Pelicans, 7 o'clock inside the Smoothie King Center. I don't know when the last time you've been to the Smoothie King, Bennett, but I go there often with my boys because we have to drive right. Like, you can, but the best way to get from school to home after school, you got to drive right past the Smoothie King. And sometimes they're like, Dad, can we stop by Smoothie King? And I'm just like, sure. This seems like an easy way to make your sons happy. And so I pull in the Smoothie King, and by the time we get out of there with 3 smoothies, we're in for like $32. Smoothies are expensive these days.
Smoothies are expensive. I got a tropical smoothie because we got one with a drive-through right up here on Union. Sure. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I haven't been to a Smoothie King in a long time. No, it's been a long time. This is bigger than your average NBA game at Smoothie King Center. You know that, right?
What are you impressed? What are you trying to say?
Well, our Cup lives are on the line tonight. Actually, we're facing an elimination scenario here tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans.
I feel like we are always facing an elimination scenario in a Cup game. I feel like we're never close to advancing. We're always on the verge. We're either eliminated or on the verge of being eliminated. Like, it feels like that's always our reality.
Would you like me to update you with our potential Cup scenarios tonight for the Grizzlies?
Man, of course I would. Sure.
Okay, because you know I care about the Cup. I've been tooting the Cup's horn. I said year 3 was the year that this thing's really going to take off and matter, and I think we're there. I do think we're there.
You think we are at a place? It's November 26, 2025, and you think we're at a place where the Cup matters?
I absolutely do. Now, Here's the problem. We're up against it tonight because last night the Lakers clinched Group B. Okay,
damn it.
So we cannot clinch our group. That is out of the question. Lakers clinched last night. LeBron, Luka, and company, they handled business. Okay, so the Mavericks and Pelicans, after that happened last night, they have been eliminated. So the Pelicans got nothing to play for tonight. All right, just pride. That's all they're playing for tonight is pride. Clippers and Grizzlies are still in the wild card hunt. However, the Grizzlies tonight with a loss will be eliminated, or a Timberwolves or Suns win, they will be eliminated.
Well, that's a lot to keep up with.
We're asking a lot here. Timberwolves, Suns. So Timberwolves are at Thunder. That ain't easy. They could easily lose that game, right? The Suns, who have been playing well, are at the stupid Kings.
That's their pride. That's where your plan falls apart.
I don't love that.
Hold on. Does your plan of advancing, staying alive in the Cup, your plan involves somebody losing to the Kings?
You know what, though? The Kings, ever since that game the other night, they've been playing better. They've won a couple games since that game. I know that's hard to believe, but they beat the Nuggets. After they got blasted by us, they beat the freaking Nuggets, man. They can win. They can light the beam.
Bennett, I don't know how long you've been watching the NBA. But when you start tying your hopes to Kings wins, that's almost always going to end poorly for you. What are you talking about?
I mean, again, they're playing better. It's at home. It's a game at Sacramento. I think they could on a Wednesday night. Like, it's for the Cup. Like, I think they could show up. I think they could show up tonight. I actually feel good about this. We got to win, and we need the Thunder and the Kings to both win at home tonight. That is not asking too much.
It's not asking too much from the Thunder, but you're asking the Kings to win a basketball game. That's a hard ask. Like, basically, at any point in the history of this world, That's a hard ask. It's a big ask, Bennett.
They have won their previous 2 games since losing to the Grizzlies.
I don't want to be involved in any plan.
They
I don't
are on
want
a
to be
2-game
involved
winning streak.
I don't want to be involved in any plan that revolves around the Kings winning. Like if you told me we're going to rob a bank, you say, hey, GP, I think it's time. Let's rob a bank. And I said, okay, Bennett, what's your plan? And you were like, all right, first thing we're going to do is get some masks. I was like, all right, I'm with you. And then you're like, all right, and we're going to get the license plates off the car. All right, sounds good. We're going to have a getaway driver. Sure. We're going to need the Kings to win a game. Stop right there. That's where you got a problem. That's where you run into issues. I'm not gonna put my life in the hands of the Kings.
I will. I gladly will. I respect their franchise. Better
men than you have died putting their lives in the hands of the Sacramento Kings. All right?
Okay.
But stay positive as long as you can. Tonight is Grizzlies Pelicans, Smoothie King Center. You wouldn't believe how expensive those. I feel stupid sometimes. It's just like we just got 3 smoothies for $30. Like, is that really what we're doing now? Like, it's, if it makes my boys happy, it makes my boys happy. But is that really what milkshakes cost now?
I know. I mean, what are they getting in their smoothies? Like some, bananas and peanut butter and stuff like that? What
stuff like that.
Strawberries, stuff
all
like that.
Yeah, keep naming it. They're just that kind of stuff. Like, I think it's milk stuff, whatever you put in there. And it's like throw some bananas in there and give me some chocolate. I just can't imagine that really adds up to $30-something, but that's what they charge you.
I mean, as someone who had to go to the grocery store yesterday, ingredients ain't cheap anymore.
I guess not, man.
Ingredients ain't cheap anymore.
It's rough. It's rough out there.
It's rough out there.
Anyway, I guess this is how they pay for the Smoothie King Center. You got to start paying $10 a smoothie. That's how you pay for the Smoothie King Center.
That's right.
Now smoothies cost you an arm and a leg. You can watch it tonight, FanDuel Sports Network, here locally in Memphis and the surrounding area on Action News 5. It's an Action News 5 game, Bennett.
Good. I'm excited about that.
You just tuned to Channel 5. You can watch your Grizzlies. And despite entering with a 6-12 record and a status report that lists Ja Morant and 3 other point guards as out, not to mention Brandon Clark, despite all that, the Grizzlies are 3.5-point favorites on the road tonight, largely because no matter how bad things get here in Memphis, they're usually worse down in New Orleans.
What's going on there?
Oh, man. First off, they've only won 3 games all season long. They have 3 more losses.
Yeah.
They have 3 more losses than the Grizzlies. They have 3 fewer wins than the Grizzlies. They have fired their coach. DeJounte Murray is out tonight. Herb Jones is out tonight. Jordan Poole is out tonight. I know that the Pelicans are coming off of a 143-130 win over Chicago, but they're still 3-15 on the season. I fear no Pelican. I fear no Pelican. I say a new winning streak starts tonight. You want to get on board with me?
I do want to get on board with you. This is one of those, when I told you I'm eyeing 8-13 at the start of December as the Grizzlies record, I am 100% counting this as a win. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get this one tonight.
Hey, if there's one thing I know about the Grizzlies, put them against a good team, might run into some issues.
Mm-hmm.
We beat bad teams with regularity.
Every time this season, actually.
You better not be a bad team and get into a fight with the Grizzlies.
Right.
We're going to handle you.
We have not lost to one yet.
Good teams, that's a different deal, all right? Good teams, that's a different conversation.
We're still figuring that out. Yep.
We're still trying to figure that out, all right? We're still trying to figure out, dating back to last season, we're still trying to figure out what to do about the good teams.
Second half of last season, to be fair.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We still got to figure out how to compete with good teams. That's still that's a puzzle we ain't put together yet.
Yes.
But bad teams? Look at me right now if you're a bad team. If you're a bad NBA team, I want you to look me right in the eyes right now.
Mm.
We will whip your ass.
Yes, we will.
All right?
Yes, we will.
If you're a bad team, the last thing you want to see is probably Oklahoma City. But among the other things you don't want to see is us.
I think that's true, GP. I think that's true.
You could call us a bad team if you want to, but guess what we do to other bad teams? Beat them, whip their ass almost every time. All right? So I'm confident in what's happening tonight. Zach Edey is questionable on the status report. Migraine.
Okay, that all makes so much sense now. All right, because again, we were sitting here trying to figure out, well, what happened? We don't really know what happened to him, right? We didn't see a play where he took a hard shot to the head or anything like that. And so I was like, well, what? And then that's what you assume when you see he's doubtful and the description is just head. You assume, oh, well, he got hit in the head. But I saw that Chris Harrington actually pointed this out. He missed a game last season with migraines.
Missed two. So this is obviously something that he deals with. So now it makes a lot more sense when you find out what happened there. And as someone who deals with migraines, buddy, I get it. I get it. Okay, that's interesting. So, like, two things can be true at once, because it wasn't, to be fair, and I'm not trying to pick your words apart, but we didn't assume he got hit in the head. He got hit in the head. We saw it. He did get hit in the head.
He did, sure. I mean, it was more of like the back of the neck, but yes.
Yeah, but like, so he did take a blow, and I do think a lot of us were sort of assuming like that must be the thing that caused him to leave the game. Mm-hmm. And perhaps it is. We don't have any real clarity on that, I don't believe. But either way, the word went from head to migraine, and he's listed as questionable tonight. I was going to ask you, do you get migraines? I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what this feels like. My wife gets them, and she'll be like, I've got a migraine. Please turn the lights off and stop talking. Mm-hmm. But I think sometimes she just wants me to stop talking, all right? But either way, she claims migraines. And I know when she has one that I should just walk out of the room and leave her alone or hold her tight, whatever you're supposed to do. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know you're supposed to shut up and turn the lights off. I know that much. That much I've been told. That much I've been told. But outside of that, I try to do whatever you're supposed to do. But I can't relate. I don't know what that feels like. It's a little bit like, I know what it's like to have a kidney stone because I've had one. But before I had one, I had no idea. So if you said, GP, I had a kidney stone and I thought I was going to die, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Glad you got through that. But now if you say, GP, I had a kidney stone and I wanted to kill myself, I say, man, I know because I had a kidney stone and I wanted to kill myself. I understand what that feels like now because I've experienced it. I gather migraines are impossible, but I can't tell you that from firsthand experience. So you tell me, what does a migraine feel like?
So I should probably see a doctor for this because I haven't really gotten them until the past couple years of my life. And now I get them maybe like 2-3 times a year. And the thing is, and I know that they're different for certain people. The thing that messes me up the most when I go, obviously your head is throbbing. That goes without saying. But my vision gets messed up. Like I see like blurriness out of the side of my eyes. And so like I imagine him trying to play basketball. Like if he has any kind of vision issues that come with his migraines, it would be impossible to play basketball. Obviously you would be in pain, but like it would be impossible to see, at least from my perspective and how I deal with migraines, my vision gets messed up. And so yeah, if it's anything like that, I get it. Like, I get how it would be hard to play a basketball game going through that.
These are the types of injuries, if we're going to call them injuries, that I think sometimes are difficult for fans to comprehend. Like I've said before, if you watch a basketball game and in that game somebody tears their ACL, you're going to see it. You'll be able to go right back to the moment where it happened, and you'll be like, "Ugh, yeah, that there it was." Honestly, when people tear Achilles, you see it from their reaction. Like you see them, and it's always the same thing. They go down, they grab the same part of their leg, and you're like, "Oh, that's it."
Right.
That's where it happened. With this, it's like, okay, we see you got hit there, but it didn't look that bad. Is it even connected to this? And even if okay, migraine, that means you got a really bad headache. Are you sure you can't play with a really bad headache? Like fans just sort of go there, and as you just explained, like the answer is no, I can't. It's tough. I can't see.
No, you need to lay down. That's how you feel. Yeah.
Yes, it's just like it's not about being tough or not tough. It's not about being strong or not strong. It's not about wanting to play, being a competitor or not. It's about like this thing happens to you for whatever reason it happens to you. And when it does, it gets really, really, really bad. And the idea of playing basketball is just not on the table anymore. Again, listed as questionable as of this moment. That usually suggests we'll get an update, before tip. And Obviously, it could go either way. This is the start of a 4-game road trip at New Orleans tonight, then at Clippers on Friday, at Sacramento on Sunday, at San Antonio next Tuesday. And if you go to MasseyRatings.com, we obviously don't have point spreads for all of these games yet, although the Grizzlies are 3.5-point favorites tonight in New Orleans. But at Massey Ratings, they have computer projections. You can take them for whatever you want to take them for. But they have the Grizzlies as a slight underdog at Clippers, basically in a coin flip situation at Sacramento, and then slight underdog at San Antonio. So 4 games, expected to win 1, coin flip in the other, underdogs in 2. Would you take 2-2 right now? Come back home, 2-2 record? 6-12 now. That puts you at 8.
When is the Spurs game?
Spurs game is next Tuesday. You come home if we wake up next Wednesday and the Grizzlies are 8-14.
I'm gonna pass on your 2-2 and hope for 3-1. I'm gonna reject your 2-2 and hope for 3-1.
Well, I would certainly hope for 3-1. I do think I would just take 2-2. I think almost any 4-game I know the details matter, but just give me a bunch of 2-2s going forward. Let's just if you could stay around 6 games below 500 until the roster's in a better spot. If you could just go 50-50, until the roster's in a better spot. And I know this is a easier than normal part of the schedule, but man, just win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1 until you get until one of your 4-point guards is healthy. I'll take that. Give me 2-2. Come back home 2-2. I'm happy.
Okay, that's fine. I'll accept it. It.
But you want to be more ambitious. I like you being a little more ambitious, Bennett.
Like if you said I can give you 2-2 right now and you'll take it, or you're just going to risk the alternative, which could be disastrous. I think I want to risk the alternative. I think they can go 3-1. I do. I think they can. I think they've kind of started to figure some stuff out. I wonder what would have happened if Zach Edey would have played in that full Nuggets game, because they won 2 in a row before that. So, yeah, I want 3-1. I reject 2-2.
Bennett woke up on a Wednesday wanting to be ambitious. I respect it. It. Let's see where Chris Vernon is. He'll join us next.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you. Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back!
It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next-gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites John Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. I'm in New York City. Ben Doyle back in Memphis producing the program. And on Wednesdays in the second segment, I'm joined by Chris Vernon. He's the host of the Chris Vernon Show weekdays, noon, Grind City Media. He's here right now. Look, there it is. It's Chris Vernon. Hey, Chris Vernon, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
I'm great, too. I'm great, too. I'm wonderful as well. Hey, so Zach Edey on the status report, questionable migraine. Do you have an understanding of whether that's a migraine caused by Nikola Jokic's arm, or just sometimes you get migraines like Bennett does and my wife does?
I have no idea, but I will say that Pete Pranica did on our postgame show. We did show it was like 3 minutes into the game and like kind of got clubbed in the back and his head kind of moved forward and then he just left. Right. He said it was a head. So, I mean, I don't know if it was blunt force or if he just – but I will say somebody responded – immediately to that post yesterday about the migraine thing and said he never had a migraine at Purdue.
He never had an injury or a migraine at Purdue.
I mean, he played there and he played there forever.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was a one-year guy. It wasn't like this was Brandon Ingram and we saw him for 3 months. Like, he played he was omnipresent.
It reminds me a little bit. There was I think it was Royce White who played at Iowa State, and then he's got into politics. It's a while. You can Google it if you want to.
Yeah.
But at some point, a big part of his story was he couldn't fly, so he would have to drive to road games because he had this incredible fear of flying. And I remember one time talking to one of his coaches, and he's like, GP, this was never a thing. He was just flying and everything was fine.
Wow.
And now he's got a little attention because he's scared of flying and it's a story. And now we can't get him on a plane. And this was I used to sit next to him on a plane. It was never a thing, and now it's a thing. And here's that Zach Edey, never had migraines, never had injuries, and now he's injured all the time with migraines.
I'm not attempting to defend Royce White, but I will say I almost had the moment where I was like, forget it. Like, there are people that have gone through, and again, I don't know what happened, why. Right. I think Royce White, he had a lot of problems and with anxiety and mental health and whatever else. Mine was, I was on a flight back from Arizona, and the damn thing almost went down. Yeah. I had never been on a flight like this, and we hit turbulence 4 times. And the plane was rocking, and cups were flying up in the air. People are getting doused. There are people screaming. There are people praying. There are people. The flight attendant is doing Hail Mary, not talking to everyone. And I'm I am gripping. It would help, right? Yeah. I'm gripping and I really thought, I'd never been, it was the plane was moving back and forth like this to the point where cups and stuff were flying in the air. And I was like, oh my God, this is how it all ends, right? It does make you, it's like that scene from Almost Famous, right? Where they all start, confessing everything they've ever done in their lives because they're sure the plane is going down, and then the plane lands, and then it's super awkward when they're walking through the airport and whatever. But then the next time I got on a plane, I had this feeling that I had never had before. I never thought about it before, right? I had never been scared like that before. But then from that point on, now I'm always way more tense. It's awful. I understand why the guy got, John Madden got the Madden Cruiser.
Right.
He wasn't going to fly around anywhere. He took the Madden Cruiser everywhere he went.
Right. So, and there are other people like that. So perhaps that's a bad analogy. It's just what popped into my head.
Yeah.
But the Zach Edey thing, it is just he never missed a game at Purdue.
Right.
This and now here he's missing games. He's leaving games. It's just, whatever. Give me your big picture takeaway. Grizzlies through 18 games. Involving everything. We're down 4 point guards. We're 6-12, still in the top 10 of the West. Tell me where we're at right now.
I will say that the longer this has gone on, the more okay I have become. And that is because I'm watching these games every single night throughout the NBA, and I'm watching teams regularly lose to better competition but beat worse competition. And the other thing is, as things have unfolded and you see the records of the other teams, it is obviously not where you want to be. It is obviously disappointing to have this record at this point. But, number one, the biggest reason that you have the record at this point is the injuries. I have also become more open to one of the major reasons that you've got the record that you do is because it is a function of your schedule, which has been admittedly ridiculous. And that is the thing that hindsight then, right? Like you then, once you gather, the first quarter of the season, you then look and you go, well, damn, Miami's good. Toronto's good. Detroit is awesome. Like, go look at the Grizzlies. And again, I'm not defending their record. I'm saying I have now come around to feeling a little better about it as things have unfolded, because they have 12 losses and all of those games are against good teams. All of them. I have talked about it on my show. Flip it around. Go look at Minnesota, right? And Minnesota is going to play Oklahoma City tonight. I'll bet you they get beat, right? I mean, Oklahoma City doesn't lose to anybody anyway. But Minnesota right now has 10 wins right now at this point. I think they're what, like 10-8, 10-7, something like that?
10-7.
Okay, after their loss to Sacramento. Their 10 wins are against total rat teams. Their 7 losses are against the good teams outside of when they just recently lost to the Kings, which is a game that they blew this weekend, right? So some of it is, if you would have played their schedule,
dang, that is crazy.
you probably have their record, right?
Every win is against a bad team.
Every win.
Every win. Yep.
Every win. And every loss that the Grizzlies have is against a good team. Now, obviously, you want to be in a position where we went through this last year. You can't just lose to good teams and beat bad teams. Right? We also don't have a good win, right? So that goes with it, right? You are beating, the wins that you have are against bad teams, and then the losses that you have, I would say the only bad loss is probably San Antonio, right? You were up in that game. You got Harrison Barnes, right? That was not the San Antonio version, but then, even then, San Antonio has won games somehow, some way without Wemby since, before and since. So I would just say it is super disappointing to be 6-12. It's also, I think, given the opportunity to look at the league at large, it's not as bad as it seems in terms of the record. Because honestly, the 12 losses, I would say, outside of that San Antonio, I mean, it's Oklahoma City, it's the Knicks, it's the Pistons, it's the Heat, it's the Raptors. Go look at it. And so you want to be able to beat teams, that you theoretically shouldn't be able to beat, but at least they have taken care of business generally. They haven't taken a bad loss yet, unless you want to count that San Antonio one.
The Grizzlies have played 18 games. Jaren Jackson Jr. has appeared in 16 of them. On the season, points, rebounds, assists down, field goal percentage down, 3-point field goal percentage down, fouls up, turnovers up. What are we watching?
I think that what you are seeing is Jaren Jackson Jr., and this has been generally over the year, like, he needs Zach Edey in that lineup. He needs that role. Like, the Landau thing never worked. It has not worked throughout this year, right? That is not a positive pairing. But I do think the more Zach Edey can be on the court, the better Jaren Jackson you're going to see. Because the best version of Jaren Jackson that we have seen, the one that looked like years past, and most exclusively last year when he was, in the run, he was an all-star and almost made All-NBA. That version showed up once, and that was in Cleveland. And that was right before he got hurt, right? That was the first Edey game back. And it was like, oh, so I am hopeful that we can get that Jaren back, but I do think it is dependent in large part about getting Edey back. And I also think that Jaren is also, he is more, and people can get mad about this and they can argue, well, Star shouldn't be. He is more at the mercy of the people he plays with than others, right? I do think that the better caliber of player that you've got on the court, the better Jaren Jackson you are going to get. Because I don't think that he's just I elevate the entire group. I think he is one of the group that gets elevated and does what he does. I mean, we've been watching him for years and years and years, right? But I think he can be that guy when Zach Edey's in the mix. It's certainly not been true thus far. And the other thing is you did change the offense, and that offense last year was amazing for him, right? And it's proven to be great for a lot of guys in Miami, right? It was good for him. It was good for Santi Aldama. It was good for a lot of guys. But, I mean, when you don't have guards, and, a lot of times that can affect the bigs too. And he has found himself, he is settling for way too many threes. Way too many. Way too many. I mean, the other night, what do you have, 17 shots? I think 8 of them were threes. Look at what he did from 2, right? So he was, 6 of 8 or 6 of 9 from 2, but he's 1 of 8 from 3. So then it adds up to, and so I do think that we have shown over the years that, in the absence of guards and the perimeter players being available and that space being available where he's not going to get extra attention, the Edey thing, Edey is the one thing that can get Jaren in isolation situations because somebody has to pay attention to him on the offensive boards and at the dunker spot. And we don't really have any perimeter players generally that are respected enough for you to not pay extra attention to Jaren Jackson Jr. That's what I'd say. And so I think if Edey's there, Jaren's going to be fine and you're going to get the old Jaren back. In the absence of Edey, it's going to be really hard because I think that when extra attention can be paid to Jaren Jackson Jr., he can't deliver. That's what we've seen so far. And we have given no reason for the opponent to not pay extra attention to him. Until Edey came back, and then you saw it. It's like, oh, my God. And he was, by the way, that was against Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. That's not against nobodies. He was cooking in that game. What do you have, 26, I think? I think he had 26 in the game. Yeah. But, so we need that back. And we need Edey to drink some salt water and get rid of those migraines.
Last thing before I get you out of here. Early in the season, among the topics of conversation connected to the team was the perceived or actual friction between the locker room and the coaching staff. Do we know if that's over? Is that in the past, or is we still working through that?
I can't tell. I mean, I will say, I do think that the longer this goes, the more guys get used to everything.
Right.
And so, look, it is what it is. You're either going to buy in or you're not going to buy in. And it does feel like we've gotten more buy-in, right? There's less eye rolling and there's less, right? You know what I mean? There's a frustration level when you're going through anything for the first time. But I've certainly seen them play much better basketball more recently. I mean, since they've gotten Edey back in the lineup, their offense has certainly not been good enough, but they have defensively, I mean, look at the numbers that they're giving up. Outside of Denver, who puts, they put 125 on them. I do think that they have played. I think they have been more cohesive, right? It looked very disjointed at the beginning of this, and I think some of that is a function of getting used to the way you're playing now. And I think the other thing is getting used to personnel. This is not. We didn't just run it back, right? This team has functioned around Ja and Jaren and Dez, and there's always been a kind of a standard group, and then the other guys can just fit in. In many cases, this is 5-man units that have never played basketball together before, right? A lot of times. And I do think that the more you play with a group, the more comfortable you get and the better you get. And so I think I'm glad I have not sensed the same frustration that we sensed earlier in the year. And I think there was nothing, that 2-game win streak, I think, really, really, really quelled things. I do. You're right. By winning that game in Dallas, I do. And I think that you saw a different mood. I liked the way they played against Denver. They're not good enough, right? It's not good enough. But I was heartened by what I saw the other night against Denver. You were down 17, they fought back, and it's okay. And Jokic was just, and Murray, like they were both freakish. Peyton Watson, they shot 51% from three. Right. You know, like, I don't know. I felt better about them recently than I certainly did. I feel way better about the Grizzlies today than I did a week ago. I do.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Like I feel like you might be able to get it back together. And a week ago, I would have told you, man, this is going to be a long-ass season.
It certainly felt that way. Things are better. Hopefully they get a win tonight in New Orleans. That's Chris Vernon, host of the Chris Vernon Show. Weekdays at noon. He'll be in the big studio in an hour and 20. We come back, turn our attention to college basketball. Penny Hardaway's Tigers back inside FedEx Forum tonight, hosting Southern Illinois, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. We'll spend a few minutes on that next. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Unforeseen and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturday. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Penny Hardaway's Tigers be back inside FedEx Forum tonight, 7 o'clock tip. You can watch it on ESPN+. They're playing Southern Illinois. The Tigers are 1-4. They're trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. They are 10.5-point favorites. Big Bet Bennett. There ain't many obvious wins in the non-league schedule for Memphis, all things considered, but this is one of them. You can't mess this up, can you?
No, you cannot. The Salukis of Southern Illinois are 0-2 on the road. They are not a very good team. Yeah, you have to get this one. I don't know what the crowd's going to look like tonight, but it should not matter. You got to get this one at home. I'm a little nervous. I'm just being honest, like just a little nervous because, the way that it went in the Bahamas, like I worry about a letdown situation, but I would hope that they just come out and like their talent just overwhelms this team.
Yeah, Southern Illinois has lost at Nevada, at North Dakota State, just lost to UAB on a neutral court. That was 81-73. So, I mean, your concerns are valid. I mean, you don't know what losing 4 straight games does to a basketball team, particularly when you're going to run out of a tunnel tonight. And there's probably going to be like 3,000 people there. I mean, it's going to be bad. I would assume it's going to look like one of the worst crowds we've seen in a while because, Memphis fans don't seem excited or interested in this team in any sort of meaningful way. I mean, there was a moment where we thought they could still be good, and Josh Pastner was coming back, and I was told there was less than 5,000 people, actual butts in seats. So this could be rough. You hope that they win these next 2, and then you can sort of talk yourself into, all right, that was stupid the way they lost at Wake Forest, but they lost to Wake Forest, but they played Purdue tough. They could have beaten Wake Forest, should have beaten Wake Forest. They played Ole Miss tough. Really, the only embarrassing thing on the whole deal is the UNLV loss, but they've bounced back. They've won 2 straight, and now they've got Baylor at home. Let's go. I mean, hopefully you can win 2 straight and then start trying to talk yourself into could beating Baylor jumpstart your season. But if you lose either of these next 2, it's hard to even keep talking about this stuff in any sort of positive way. So they've got to turn this 4-game losing streak into a 2-game winning streak, and that starts tonight. Southern Illinois. I told you they're 10.5-point favorites in the game. Ken Palm's got a projected score of 83-73 Memphis. So, again, we'll see how it goes. 7 o'clock tip, ESPN+.
Number 2.
Players Era Festival wraps up today in Las Vegas. The championship game will be Gonzaga against Michigan, and that's great. Like, those teams are number 1 and number 2 at barttorvig.com right now if you remove all preseason bias. So you could reasonably argue since this season started on November 3rd, those are the 2 best basketball teams in this country. But the way they got to the championship game is just stupid, and this has become the biggest talking point connected to the Players Era Festival. It's not that they've got some of the best teams in the country and, whoa, this championship game tonight on TNT is going to be amazing. Every conversation is, this is a dumb format, and it feels soulless. Because a big miscalculation, I'll start with the latter first. A big miscalculation, I think, by the event organizers is that they just assume if we get a lot of the best basketball programs in the country and bring them to Las Vegas, people will sit in an arena all day long and watch basketball games. And that just doesn't line up with anything we know about Las Vegas or basketball or the month of November. College basketball fans who travel to Las Vegas to watch first off, the locals, like people in Las Vegas, don't want to go sit in an arena all day and watch a bunch of basketball teams they don't care about. All right? So you're relying on tourists. And tourists in Las Vegas, you know what they want to do if they go there to see their favorite basketball team? They want to go watch their team. Iowa State fans traveled to Vegas to watch Iowa State, and then just as soon as their game's over, somebody starts looking at somebody else and saying, hey, you want to go see what's going on at the pool? Or, hey, we could watch this and everything else that's going on in the sports book back at the hotel, get some bets in. Hey, let's go play some blackjack. Hey, you want to go get some shopping done? Man, let's go get some lunch. There's just a million better things to do in Las Vegas than sit around and watch basketball teams that you don't care about. So I don't want to say you'll never have great crowds for this stuff, but more often than not, you're going to have lackluster crowds for this stuff. So you turn it on, and it doesn't look or feel or sound like a big-time sports event, even if you've got big-time college basketball teams. And then how they advance to the championship game is just dumb. You realize there's 5 undefeated teams at the Players Era Festival right now? 5.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 advance to the championship game. 2 other ones are going to play in the semifinals, and one of them is playing in a 5th-place game, even though they won both of their games in the Players Era Festival. I got news for you. You can't call yourself a tournament if you don't have a bracket.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's just there is no sport in this country more closely associated with a bracket than college basketball.
Right.
It has been built around a bracket our whole lives. And suddenly these geniuses decided to hold a college basketball tournament in November, buy up most of the best teams, ruin Maui, but do it without a bracket. So the reason Gonzaga and Michigan are playing in the championship game tonight is because they both went 2-0 and had the best point differential, regardless of opponent. Tennessee, meantime, gets stuck in the third-place game, even though Tennessee maybe has been the most impressive team out in Las Vegas because they pounded Rutgers and then beat Houston. Houston, highest-ranked team in the Players Era Festival. Tennessee beat them after pounding Rutgers. So you're 2-0 with a win over Houston, the best team in the event, but you don't get to play for the championship because you didn't beat Houston by enough. You know what Rick Barnes is probably saying? Well, shit, I should have played Syracuse instead. I mean, if you'd have given me Rutgers and Syracuse,
right.
Kansas got to play Notre Dame and Syracuse. Rick Barnes is like, give me that schedule. I'll beat both of them by 20, and I'll be in the championship game. But I had to play Houston. But I don't get credit for beating Houston convincingly because these other teams beat somebody worse than Houston by 25. So they go to the championship game, and I got to play for third. And there's real money tied up in this. The winner of the championship game gets $100,000. I mean, no, $1 million. The winner of the championship game tonight, Michigan and Gonzaga, the winner gets $1 million. The loser gets $500,000. Tennessee, Kansas play in the fourth place game. The winner of that only gets $300,000. The loser gets $200,000. So simply because you didn't beat your opponents by as many points as these other teams beat their opponents by, even though your opponents were tougher than their opponents, you get to only. You just had $700,000 taken out of the pot. It's goofy.
That is goofy.
And the event organizer, it would be one thing if you just said, hey, we realize now that this doesn't work. We're going to fix it. The whole world's telling us this doesn't work. We're going to fix it. He doubles down on, well, you guys just don't understand it. The quote he gave Matt Norlander last night was like, well, you know, if you grow up playing basketball pool play, baseball pool play in these little tournaments, then you know that run differential, point differential matters, and this is the way you then seed the bracket. So once people just understand it better, then you'll understand that we're making every possession count, and it's so exciting. That's bullshit. You're just wrong on every. First off, it's not apples to apples. I do these baseball tournaments, these youth baseball tournaments. Yes, run differential does become a thing in pool play based on seeding in a bracket, but everybody still gets seeded in a bracket, and you still have an opportunity to play for the trophy. Like you might run differential might put you as the 3 seed instead of the 2 seed, but you still get a chance to win the whole thing because you're in a bracket. Here, if point differential makes you the 3 seed instead of the 2 seed, you don't get to play for the trophy. You've only got one game left, and it's for third place. So it's silly. That you should never – Tennessee can go undefeated in the Players Era Festival and finish third. You shouldn't be able to go undefeated in a tournament and finish third. That doesn't make any sense. And, oh, by the way, well, as soon as people understand it, then they'll understand it. I got news for you. I stand around these baseball tournaments every Saturday afternoon. People trying to figure out run differential, to figure out where you're seated in a bracket. It's 4 dads and 2 moms confused as shit every Sunday afternoon. Nobody knows when you play. Well, if this team wins by 3 and this other team only loses by 4 or less, I think we play at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Or it could be 1. I don't know. Let's look at it. Nobody knows. Next year they're going to have 32 teams. You don't even have to pay me a consulting fee. I'm telling you what to do. 32 teams make 4 8-team tournaments. They play on Monday. The winners play on Tuesday. The winners of that play on Wednesday. There you got it.
Sounds good to me.
Then you got 4 awesome little tournaments that everybody understands how they work. The winners advance. The losers go to consolation games. You can hand out 4 trophies. Call the tournaments whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But that's easy. Then Iowa State fans will be able to get a bracket and say, we play this team on Monday, and if we win it, we're probably going to play this team on Tuesday, and if we win that, we're probably going to play this team in the championship game. That's the way tournaments work. The Players Era Festival is not a tournament until they get that part of it fixed. But Michigan Gonzaga tonight on TNT should be great.
Number 3.
College football playoff rankings updated last night. Ole Miss dropped down to number 7. So based on current projections from the committee, Ole Miss would host a first-round college football playoff game against Alabama at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. Whether Ole Miss would be involved, whether Lane Kiffin would be involved in that remains to be seen. But it is worth noting the Arkansas athletic director, Hunter Yurachek, who is on the CFP committee last night, said that in his opinion, Ole Miss would not be punished by the committee in terms of seeding if Lane Kiffin were to leave before the playoff, which, by the way, makes no sense whatsoever. Like, I'm happy for Ole Miss that wouldn't be a thing that they would have to deal with, perhaps, but it's just wrong. Like, you can't penalize Florida State 2 years ago because they didn't have their quarterback and then say, but we're not going to penalize Ole Miss because they don't have their head coach and play caller. Like, you because the argument there is to then say, well, we don't think the head coach matters. If Lane Kiffin doesn't matter to Ole Miss, tell me why LSU and Florida are trying to pay him $13 million. If you don't think Lane Kiffin matters, then why are other schools trying to pay him $13 million to coach their team and call their plays? So clearly, not having Lane Kiffin would matter emotionally and also practically. So I just totally disagree with that mindset. It's just wrong. It's a wrong logical conclusion. The Florida State quarterback matters, but the Ole Miss head coach doesn't. That's what you're telling me. No, that's silly. But I'm happy for Ole Miss that according to Hunter Yurachek, at least, they wouldn't have to deal with that, perhaps. But based on current projections, Ole Miss 7 seed hosting Alabama. Top 4 seeds, still Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia. And did you see who's the new 12 seed representing the group of 5?
I want to say it's vulnerable Tulane.
It's vulnerable Tulane. Vulnerable Tulane. Vulnerable Tulane is taking our spot in the college football. Oh, my God. You look up, and it's vulnerable Tulane going to take your spot in the playoff because you couldn't beat a team that fired his coach, played a backup quarterback, and subsequently tried to stab each other.
Man, still hurts just as much as it did 2 weeks ago.
My God. My God. Anyway, I'm happy for vulnerable Tulane, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, if it can't be us, it's got to be somebody, and I guess I'd like it to be vulnerable Tulane. But, I mean, it's just stupid.
It's
also stupid. Push your little butt. Let's move on.
Okay.
Number 4.
Turns out the way the film industry works is if you make a movie and a lot of people watch it, they'll make another one. And then if a lot of people watch that one, oh, buddy, they'll try to figure out how to make another one, even if it wasn't in the plans. And that's how we're going to get Wicked Part 3.
I don't love this. I don't love this.
You don't want to see Wicked 3?
I'm not loving turning. We don't have to turn everything into a franchise. Like, we just don't.
Sometimes you can just leave well enough alone. Like, hey, Godfather 1, awesome. Cool, let's make Godfather 2. Amazing. That's even better than the first one.
Yep.
All right, what do we do next? Let's just stop here. Why don't we just stop here and have a classic forever? But somebody said, let's make Godfather 3, and, well, that didn't go so well.
I like Godfather 3. I don't
mind it as much as the haters. I don't mind it as much as the haters hate it, but it's clearly not 1 and 2. Clearly not 1 and 2.
I agree. I agree there. We did see Wicked yesterday. We took the whole fam.
2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down.
It was really good, man. You know, it was just a good time at the movies. Like, if you liked the musical, the Broadway show, like I think you're going to like it. Like, I think most people liked the first movie. I would think you would like the conclusion. I thought it was really good. We were kind of all debating, like, do we like the first part better or this part better? I think the consensus is most people like the first act of the Broadway show better and the second act a little bit less. So I think that would probably be the consensus with the movies too, but I still thought it was really good. Yeah, we had a good time. It was a good time at the movies. Good time at the movies. I was gonna say, like, there's some things that I was like, but overall I'd say we'll go to 3.5 out of 5. How about that?
Hey, I'm not going to argue with you. I've seen neither the first Wicked or the second Wicked, but I know people like them. I know they make a lot of money, and now they are working to keep in mind. Like, to be clear, they don't even know exactly what the next installment of this would be. They are like the quote is, "We are trying to figure out how to continue in this universe," which basically means somebody said, this is way too big to walk away from now. Figure it out. I need a new script.
Yeah, and I just hate that. I reject that. You don't have to, like, I think it's something, and it's going to keep happening as long as sequels do. Like, Zootopia 2 is going to make $500 million this weekend at the global box office. So, you know, they're going to keep making sequels as long as these movies keep doing good. I just sometimes think you should just leave. Like, this was good. This was a good way to end it. Like, you got the 2 parts. I think you could just leave it alone. There's, the musical's based on a book, and there's a couple other books that the author wrote, okay? I just still think, man, come on. Like, we don't have to, this doesn't have to be Marvel, We don't have to turn it into a Marvel franchise. Sometimes good is just good enough.
Well, Bennett, take it up with the film executives because they got families to feed. And they have realized that among the ways to feed a family is to continue making wicked films.
Or continue creating great content. Like, that's your job. Like, just why don't you go find the next Wicked? So, go find something else that becomes this big phenomenon. Like, you found that and you made it into a phenomenon. Why don't you do it again with something else? You don't have to milk this cow.
As I told you earlier, I appreciate your ambition with all things Grizzlies and filmmaking, but sometimes you just got to play it safe. And I bet you there's somebody somewhere in a boardroom saying about the safest thing we could do right now is pay Ariana Grande and get her to sing some more songs. And let's do a 3rd installment of Wicked.
She's good at singing. Yeah,
she is good at singing. She is great at singing. And so if we do that, we know that we'll have big audiences at the box office whenever we release it. And so let's just do that again. And they'll keep doing it until people stop responding, probably, for better or worse. Okay. None of my business. It's none of my business. I probably won't see any of them.
Number 5.
A Virginia high school football coach who disappeared days before his undefeated team's playoff game is being sought on charges of possessing child sexual abuse material and using a computer to solicit a minor. That's according to Virginia State Police. So this is a wild story. I don't know if you followed it. There's this fella named Travis Turner. He's 46, high school football coach, and apparently good at it, or at least coaches a good team because they were undefeated heading into the playoffs.
Okay.
And then it's time to play, and he just ain't there. He just didn't show up for the game. Sometimes people just don't show up for the games?
Mm-hmm.
He just didn't show up for the game. And so they were like, where's Coach Turner at? And nobody could find him. And what they found out is that, subsequently found out, he's facing these charges. And there is some thought that he's no longer with us, that he was reportedly seen walking into some woods. And, you know what happened?
Yeah, I have an idea.
You have an idea. What a wild thing. You just play in high school football. You think your coach is the best. You never lose a game. You're trying to win a state championship. Next thing you know, coach ain't there for the game. Next thing you know, he's charged, or at least being sought on charges of soliciting a minor, and now he might be dead. Suicide. How do you think you'd handle that, Bennett?
I would never find myself in that situation, so I'm not sure.
No, I mean with your coach. I trust that you'd never find yourself soliciting a minor.
How do you think you handle that if you're the team?
I hope I know you well enough to know that I am not going to have to deal with you soliciting a minor someday. Can you promise me that at least? I won't have to deal with that.
I can promise you that definitively.
Don't solicit a minor, and I can promise you I'm not going to try to solicit a minor either. All right, so we're good to go.
So what would I do if I was his team?
Yeah, like if you how you think you'd handle that? Like, man, you wake up on Thursday, you love your football coach, and now here we are on a Wednesday, and your football coach is missing. He might be dead, and it's all because he might have got caught trying to solicit minors. It's ugly stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just rally around your brothers. You're not going to rally. You're not going to rally around your coach. I think you rally around your brothers.
That's a hell of a way to get the interim job, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
don't think I'd want it under that condition. Yeah.
There's somebody out there trying to win a state championship as an interim coach under the wildest circumstances you could imagine.
Yeah.
Obviously, this hits a little close to home because we've been down in DeSoto County dealing with our own little.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Our own little
issues.
Our own little weird story, ugly story down there. So perhaps that's why this seemed interesting to me last night as it popped across my screen. I don't really remember, if I'm being honest with you, but that's your Virginia high school football update.
Thanks for that one. Yeah.
That's your Virginia high school football update. That coach who went missing, turns out he's running from the law.
Yeah.
He might be running from this world. This is not funny. I don't know why Ben is laughing so much.
Well, I'm sitting here. I bring the wicked. I'm trying to bring happiness and family vibes to the.
Yeah.
It's the day before Thanksgiving, and then you have to hit me with this story number 5, and now I'm sad.
How do you think you're gonna handle Thanksgiving if this is your situation? Like that probably messes up this.
Someone there is having the worst Thanksgiving ever. Yeah.
What a terrible Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What an awful Thanksgiving.
What an awful Thanksgiving. Yeah.
But maybe the lesson is, why don't we just leave the kids alone? Can we stop soliciting the kids?
That's a great lesson. Yes. That is a great lesson.
If we learn nothing else from this awful situation, maybe it's that we should stop soliciting kids.
Yes.
There's adults out there that wouldn't mind being solicited, Yeah. Let's solicit adults. I mean, maybe let's just not solicit. I think that's probably an ugly word.
Yeah, soliciting's probably bad. How about that?
But if you must solicit, if you just have to solicit, you find yourself in a situation, you're like, I don't know, man. I just woke up today and I know I got to solicit.
Mm-hmm.
I got to solicit something today. Make it an adult. Baby steps, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather not solicit, but if you have to solicit, let's leave the kids alone.
Yeah.
The kids got enough stuff going on. They don't need you 46 years old trying to solicit.
No,
right?
No, they do not. No, they do not.
All right. All right. Let's we'll do GP's carry out.
Sounds good.
We'll call it a day and then we'll get to Thanksgiving.
Great.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Grizz Nation, Friday nights just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to Grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
Easier to watch than ever. Select games can now be viewed over the air for free in the following markets: Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville, Jonesboro, and Tupelo. That's the home of Elvis Aaron Presley. Don't miss a second of heart-pounding action with the first televised matchup. That's tonight, Wednesday, November 26th, tonight, when the Grizzlies visit the Pelicans down in New Orleans. You can watch it 7 o'clock here in Memphis on Action News 5. Visit grizzlies.com/watch for channel listings and more information. That's grizzlies.com/watch. Let's do GP's carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's
Bennett,
not
I don't know if I'm supposed to be hearing anything. Am I supposed to be hearing anything? Because if so, I don't.
What did we miss today?
Yeah, you're supposed to be hearing something.
Okay, I got you back now. Luka Doncic made headlines last night. He slipped on an NBA Cup court and complained about it afterwards. Says these all these logos and stuff we're throwing on these courts, they are dangerous. And one of the best, most gifted basketball players in the world pointed out as much last night. It is wild what the NBA puts their players through. They want you to play back-to-backs even though everybody's calves is sore. And now they want to make the court slippery. Like, what are we doing? Hey, not every, but lots of, medical experts, they say these guys are moving too fast and playing too often. We probably should slow down a little bit and create bigger gaps in between games. And the NBA says no and no. And also, for some of the games, we're going to make the court slippery as well. We want them to keep playing fast. We want them to keep playing every day. And you know what? Let's just make the court slippery too.
Mm-hmm. The courts look good though. Well, I like the cup courts, except that Timberwolves one. That one was horrible. But
there was one the other day. It was weird. Like I'm used to seeing cup courts in NBA regular season games, but the other day we had BYU playing in Salt Lake on a cup court because the Jazz had a cup game that night and BYU was playing in the afternoon. So it was a college basketball game on an NBA cup court, and that looked weird. It was like, what's going on here? And it was like, oh, well, that's a cup game tonight. Well, why is BYU playing on a cup court? Because this is just the way it works. I'm glad nobody slipped in that one and got hurt.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to tell me AJ DeBanza took a hard fall. Good. I'm glad he didn't.
I think he was mostly okay. He didn't have the same issues that Luka had. But, yeah, add it to the list of things the NBA needs to look into. They got to look into why everybody's calf is sore and now why people keep slipping on cup courts. To be continued.
What's today's biggest game?
Oh, Bennett, we'll go out to the Players Era Festival.
All right.
We talked about Michigan, Gonzaga. That's the title game. Kansas, Tennessee is the third place game. Jayhawks are 5-2. They've beaten some okay teams, lost to Duke in North Carolina. Tennessee is 7-0, coming off a victory over Houston. The Vols are 5.5-point favorites. Totals 138.5. Tips at 6 o'clock Central on TNT. How are you going to act?
Okay, we got Peterson. He's playing for Kansas.
He's out.
Oh, then we're going Vols.
Hamstring injury.
That's so easy.
Darren Peterson. But Tennessee's 5-star freshman, Nate Ament, he is expected to be involved. You want to lay points for the Vols. Bennett says take Tennessee.
Well, you told me, Kansas is not good without Darren Peterson. They struggle without him, right?
And, yes, they do struggle without him. They don't have much around him. So when he's not there, it gets dicey. And I know you could say, but they're 2-0 out in Vegas, but they haven't beaten anybody good. It's not like they played Houston or Iowa State or St. John's or Auburn. They played two unranked teams to get here. Tennessee beat Houston. I mean, it's a basketball game. Who knows? But I understand. Tennessee's the better team as currently constructed. Bennett's going to lay 5.5 points. Again, tips at 6 o'clock on TNT, MGM Grand Garden Arena.
What are we watching on TV?
Man, just watch me on TV. I'm going to be on TV all day today.
Okay.
I got a call time in just a minute. I got to be there at 1 Eastern, noon Central. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to take a shower.
Hurry up.
I'm going to take a shower, throw on a suit, walk down 57 to the CBS Broadcast Center, and we'll be on TV all day long, wrapping up the night, into the night, inside college basketball. So we'll have a good crew in studio. Channel 221 on DirecTV.
What's the best thing we've read?
Well, Cody Benjamin over at CBSSports.com has got his NFL quarterback power rankings. And I guess I don't follow NFL quarterbacks as close as I used to, because what he's telling me is Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the world. Is that where we're at now?
Dude, it's wild. And I thought he's had an amazing year. And I just thought, remember, he was dealing with all those back issues a year ago. Yeah. And I was just like, well, he's an older guy. Like, it just might be almost done for him. And no. He's healthy this year, and he's been amazing. And I think right now, I think they're the best team in the NFC. I do.
Well, how about this? This is what Cody Benjamin writes. First sentence about Matthew Stafford. The Rams are now the NFL's team to beat.
Yeah. He's playing great. That defense is really good. Yeah, I think they're right there. And they've been there before, right?
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting. So the top three are Matthew Stafford. Then at number 2, it's Drake May. And number 3 is Jared Goff. So Stafford in L.A., Goff in Detroit. Obviously, their stories are tied together forever. Mm-hmm. And according to Cody Benjamin, right now, they are 2 of the top 3 quarterbacks in the world. Jalen Hurts at number 4. Don't tell his teammates. Don't tell his teammates. I know they don't want to hear that. No. Lamar Jackson at number 5. You can find the list. It's on the homepage, cbssports.com.
What's going on this weekend?
Okay, so I think everybody kind of knows what's going on the rest of the week.
Yep.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. We ain't going to be here. To quote the great Magic Johnson, I ain't going to be here. You don't think we're going to – I mean, I'm right?
No,
we're not
I was doing the Magic head shake.
Okay, good. Okay, you were scaring me like I was saying something incorrect. Like
no, you will not be working on Thanksgiving, no.
Okay, you were making me look like I didn't check my email or something. That's what you put into my –
I was like, did I not
check my email? Then we're not going to be here on Friday, but we are going to come back on Monday. And by then, we should know where Lane Kiffin's coaching football.
I think we will, right? When's the deadline? It's a press conference, right? We're having a press conference.
I don't know what we're doing, but according to Keith Carter, the Ole Miss athletic director, Lane Kiffin is expected to announce his future plans on Saturday.
Okay.
Final prediction on what Lane Kiffin does, Bennett.
I'm going to say he stays, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I feel good about it. I really don't know. I'll say he stays.
I think Ole Miss beats Mississippi State on Friday. And I think he can't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I think at some point he can't pull the trigger.
Let's go win a national championship at that point.
Because if you beat Mississippi State, are in a position to host a playoff game, and then announce you're going to LSU, at that point Ole Miss says you're not coaching us anymore, and so it's just over.
Right.
If you do that, you are just and maybe he is, but you're just a different person than me, man. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
If LSU was my dream job, I could not walk away from that. Under those circumstances, I would just have to look at my family and look at LSU and say, man, this is awful timing. And if it was any different, I would go. But I can't look at these men and walk away from them mid-championship run. I can't walk away from this school mid-championship run. The only way to take the LSU job is to take it now and leave, and I cannot do that. That cannot be my legacy. And if I end up regretting it, that's fine. But I know I would regret leaving, and I can't pull the trigger. That's my prediction. That's what I think. Because I couldn't do it, and it's hard for me. I know he's a different guy. You are a way different guy if you do this. Most coaches couldn't do it. I'm telling you, most coaches could not do it. Most coaches wouldn't even seriously consider it. And I'm going to trust, for my friends who are Ole Miss fans, I'm going to trust that he beats Mississippi State, and he just can't do it. Regardless of what he thought he was going to do, can't do it when it's time to do it.
Yeah.
I think he coaches Ole Miss through the playoffs and next season as well. But as always, we'll see. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Let's meet back here Monday at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.